One of the biggest storylines in Boruto that keeps getting brought up over and over again is the moment that Boruto will one day lose everything. It's been brought up like 6 different times. First when Momoshiki gave Boruto the Karma Seal in chapter 10, then he brought it up again after killing Boro in chapter 43, then again after patching Boruto up in chapter 67, and then again after telling Boruto his new plan in chapter 72. And then we got a future scene somewhat related to this event in chapter 75. Then Boruto thinks about it again in chapter 76 2 times, and I'm sure they're gonna do it again. But what exactly does Momoshiki mean in this prophecy? What exactly did Momoshiki even see? And how does Boruto's glimpse into the future from last chapter tie into things? To make sure everyone's on the same page, this is what Momoshiki actually said. He said, "Beware, those blue eyes shall eventually take everything from you." So the first thing we need to answer is, exactly whose eyes and what eyes is Momoshiki talking about? I've seen like a million comments saying that Momoshiki is going to take over Boruto's body and take everything from Boruto, or that Boruto's Jogan is somehow going to take everything away from Boruto. But Momoshiki isn't talking about himself or the Jogan. He's talking about regular Boruto himself. Boruto is going to have his regular blue eyes and be his regular self when he loses everything, and it's made very clear throughout the story. Starting with Momoshiki or Borushiki. First of all, the Byakugan's not even blue. It's white in the Boruto manga covers, or this off-white, slightly purplish color in the Naruto and Boruto animes. If it was Borushiki that Momoshiki meant, then he wouldn't have blue eyes plural. He'd have a blue eye and a whitish eye, and that's not what he said in this prophecy. Second, Momoshiki doesn't even know why this event happens. He just knows it does happen and calls it a true spectacle. If Momoshiki took over Boruto's body, then he would know why Boruto lost everything, because he'd be the one doing it, and I don't think he'd consider that such a true spectacle. And third, Momoshiki literally explained in chapter 72 that Boruto is going to lose everything, and he's going to despair and lose his will to live. And that's when Momoshiki was going to take over Boruto's body and live Boruto's life for him. So Momoshiki is going to take over after this event happens, not before, so that he can cause it to happen. That being said though, that doesn't mean Momoshiki can't be an underlying reason for why whatever happens happens. For example, Kawaki tried to kill Boruto in chapter 66 because of Momoshiki, not because he hates Boruto himself. So whatever happens can still partly be because of Momoshiki as an overarching threat, but Momoshiki won't be actively doing anything to intentionally cause this event. Now when it comes to the Jogan, first of all, when Momoshiki actually said this prophecy, he was looking at Boruto with his regular eyes. Now in the anime, Boruto's Jogan was activated, but in the manga it was Boruto's regular eyes. Second, during this arc in the movie, manga, and anime, Sarada comments on how Boruto's eyes are even bluer than Lord Seven's, as Boruto has a little stronger shade of blue in his eyes than Naruto does. In the movie, it's right after Team 7 passes the second round of the Chunin exams. In the manga, it's right at the end of the arc when Team 7 is standing on the Hokage stone faces, and in the anime she says it in both scenes. Again, Boruto didn't have his Jogan activated during these scenes, so everyone is talking about Boruto's regular eyes being blue. And on that note, the Jogan isn't even a particularly strong shade of blue. It's an extremely light shade of blue with a glowing white light coming out of it. This is not what you think of when you think of the color blue or blue eyes. More importantly though, Momoshiki said blue eyes plural. Even if the Jogan was meant to be one of those eyes, Boruto's other eye, a regular blue eye, would still be involved in this prophecy, and that just seems weird to me. If the Jogan was the big thing in this prophecy, I think Momoshiki would have said, "That blue eye shall eventually take everything from you." He would have just said, "that eye," not "those eyes." That's exactly what Toneri did when he spoke to Boruto in his dreams in the anime, which is the only place we've seen the Jogan appear so far in part 1 of Boruto. Toneri said, "Your eye is the star of hope against destruction that will eventually come to pass, and with that eye, you will shoulder the fate of this world, and your eye will probably guide you to the light which will dispel darkness." The anime kept Momoshiki's prophecy as those blue eyes, whereas they have Toneri say your eye and that eye. Clearly, Toneri is referring to Boruto's Jogan, whereas Momoshiki is referring to Boruto's regular eyes. Now, an interesting theory I've heard is that maybe Momoshiki was talking about Ada's blue eyes, since Momoshiki just says those blue eyes and not your blue eyes. But I don't think he means Ada either, because Momoshiki refers to Boruto as my dear blue-eyed boy in chapter 43, and they had Sarada talking about Boruto's blue eyes in the same arc as when Momoshiki said this prophecy. And Momoshiki doesn't appear to have ever seen Ada before chapter 74 when she first met Boruto, and he was all confused about her love charm ability, and never once thinks about her in regards to Boruto losing everything. And I really don't think Ada would have been a good fit for this true spectacle that Momoshiki refers to, since Boruto didn't even know her yet at the time, and neither did Momoshiki. And again, like with Momoshiki, Ada can still be indirectly involved, but I think Boruto himself is at the center of everything. So now that nobody is confused on whose eyes Momoshiki was talking about, what is the significance of Boruto's blue eyes? What does Momoshiki really mean when he's calling Boruto his dear blue-eyed boy, and always talking about his blue eyes? There's two ways that they could be going about it. One way is the one I talked about in a video from a long time ago. It was one of the first 10 videos I ever made on this channel. And you know what, you should watch it after this for a more in-depth explanation and also for the nostalgia. But I went into depth about the legend of the evil eye, which was referenced in the Boruto anime with Kagemasa in that movie, where the evil eye basically curses people. And in some cultures, people used it intentionally to curse those with good fortune because they were envious of them. But in other cultures, the ability to curse others with the evil eye is viewed as an unfortunate burden, like a curse in of itself. It is a very popular folktale about a Polish man who was such a potent carrier of the evil eye that he would curse and kill people with just a single glance, and he decided to gouge out his own eyes in order to stop cursing people forever. And the evil eye is most commonly depicted as a blue eye. That's basically a summary of that segment of the video. So what this would mean for Boruto is that Boruto's blue eyes ends up cursing someone super important to him and possibly killing them, leading to his blue eyes taking everything away from him. The other way that they could be using the blue eyes thing is that Boruto is too innocent or naive in some way, and that's gonna lead to him losing everything. Since that's a basic thing about blue eyes when you look it up on Google anyway, and they could be using a similar concept to compare with Naruto, who is very innocent, very kind-hearted, very friendly and outgoing, very trusting, very naive at times, and he doesn't give up on anybody. Sarada comments on how Boruto's eyes are even bluer than Naruto's, so Boruto may be more extreme in one or all of those personality traits if they relate to Naruto's blue eyes, and that innocence or naive nature of Boruto could ultimately cause him to lose everything. So now the question is, what exactly did Momoshiki see in Boruto's future? While that future scene that Boruto saw in chapter 75 seems related to Momoshiki's prophecy and our events Momoshiki saw in Boruto's future, I don't think that's the big moment that Momoshiki has been hyping up all this time. I want to talk a lot more heavily about this in my next video, but it's heavily implied that Kawaki attacked Boruto again in that scene, and Kawaki literally just got done killing Boruto in chapter 66, but Momoshiki says in chapter 67 that this has nothing on that, and why that will come to pass, even I cannot see, and that it shall be a true spectacle. I really don't think Kawaki attacking Boruto again would be such a mysterious event in a true spectacle when the guy already did that not that long ago. I think Momoshiki is referring to something else here. So what else did he see? Regardless of which meaning they go for with the blue eyes thing, I think the same thing is ultimately gonna happen. Sasuke is gonna die, Naruto is gonna get sent away somewhere, or both. We know that Naruto and Sasuke are Boruto's biggest role models and have been super important to him throughout this entire story. Naruto and Sasuke are also the most important people to many of the readers. A lot of people read and watch Boruto just because of Naruto and Sasuke, and because it's the sequel to Naruto. The death or removal of Naruto or Sasuke from the story is going to hit the fans way harder than anybody else, because people like Hinata and Himawari are barely in the manga. They went on a 25 chapter shopping trip at one point. And people like Konohamaru have had no special master and student moments with Boruto or anyone on his team, and he disappears for 25 chapters too. So their deaths just wouldn't hit as hard. It's also a great way to transition from the story of Naruto and Boruto to only Boruto if Naruto and Sasuke are gone. We also know that Naruto's gonna get sent away somewhere because of what Kawaki says in the time skip flash forward scene. In Naruto and Sasuke heavily parallel each other at all times, so if Naruto's out of the story, then Sasuke will probably be out of the story too. And Sasuke's got the most death flags out of any character in Boruto. So yeah, these are our top 2 candidates for this prophecy. But their deaths alone wouldn't be enough for this. Not even close. If it was just something like Code kills Sasuke and Boruto couldn't stop him, Momoshiki would not be unsure of why this moment happens. And I really don't think he'd consider it a true spectacle either. He knows very well that Code wants to kill Naruto and Sasuke, and it wouldn't be this big surprising event. Furthermore, I don't think Momoshiki just saw Sasuke's dead body or Naruto in some mysterious dimension all by himself and that's it. I think Momoshiki saw what happened and how Naruto and Sasuke ended up in their respective fates, but he doesn't know why things ended up that way. And in order to fit Momoshiki's hype about the true spectacle, the mystery of why that moment shall come to pass, and Boruto's blue eyes taking everything away from him, all that really works is Boruto killing Sasuke or his naive personality leading to Sasuke's death, and Boruto and his kind and naive heart being unable to stop Kawaki from sending Naruto away somewhere, like he said in the flash forward scene. Or it's just that Boruto and his kind and naive heart is unable to stop Kawaki from sending Naruto away and possibly killing Sasuke too. That's it. Nothing else really fits Momoshiki's prophecy and his hype and mystery behind it. And whichever route they go, like I said, Momoshiki and Code and maybe Ada, Damon, and Amato can all just be indirectly involved in things. So like I've said in the past, Boruto killing Sasuke or causing Sasuke's death in some way or another would fit this prophecy nicely. It would fit Momoshiki not knowing why it happens, when he knows it'll be a true spectacle. It would be a very emotional scene like Kakashi killing Rin. It would be super impactful for Boruto's character for taking on Sasuke's role as the Shadow Hokage, who sometimes has to make decisions like that if it's what's best for the village. It could help Sarada awaken her Mangekyo Sharingan and create a lot of tension between her and Boruto. It raises the stakes by having Sasuke gone. It could parallel Kawaki sending Naruto away somewhere. Sasuke also has a ton of death flags and is the most likely candidate for someone to die for Boruto's prophecy. Boruto is also wearing the man's outfit in the time skip flash forward scene. And I could see Boruto gouging out his right eye as a sort of self-punishment for what he did, as well as for gouging out Sasuke's eye in the past. I think it would work very well. Just have to figure out how and why Boruto would kill Sasuke, or somehow lead to Sasuke's death by accident. And I do think Boruto's scar might be caused by Kawaki later on though, rather than by himself. On the other hand, Kawaki killing Sasuke for some reason is also a surprising turn of events from everyone's point of view in the story, and Boruto being unable to bring himself to stop his friend could potentially work with the blue eyes thing, but it's also weird for Kawaki to kill Sasuke since Sasuke is pretty irrelevant to Kawaki. So in my opinion, the most fitting turn of events for this prophecy is that Boruto kills Sasuke, or causes his death somehow, and Kawaki sends Naruto away somewhere. It's very impactful, it fits the dialogue nicely, and it works in accordance with all the paralleling Naruto and Boruto has done as a series. I've made videos about this, but Naruto and Sasuke always parallel each other throughout Naruto and Boruto. Boruto and Kawaki parallel each other in many ways, and Kawaki and Code parallel each other in many ways. Boruto is supposed to lose everything, and Code says Kawaki took everything that's important to Code, and that he's gonna wreck everything that's precious to Kawaki. That being the Hokage, Naruto, his friends, and the Leaf Village. Like I said in a previous video, Toad's not going to kill Naruto, and he's probably not going to destroy the whole village either. But what he can do is cause the rift between Kawaki and Naruto, his friends, and the village. It's right in the dialogue. Toad doesn't say he's going to kill Naruto and Kawaki's friends and that he's going to destroy the village. He says he's going to wreck all of them. Now, obviously you can interpret that as killing and destroying, and that might be what Code actually tries to do. But I think what's actually going to happen is that Code will destroy Kawaki's relationship with his friends and family and village, not actually destroy the village itself or Kawaki's friends. And however it goes down exactly, Code and Momoshiki and maybe Ada, Damon, and Amato too will probably be the reason why Kawaki decides to turn against everyone in the future, which is what we're seeing in that future scene from chapter 75, which I believe is going to take place soon after the true spectacle Momoshiki talks about and after Boruto falls into despair. But more on that next video. This answers all the questions I posed at the beginning of the video. What Momoshiki meant was Boruto's own blue eyes, and the blue eyes either represent Boruto's naive personality or the evil eye, and Boruto is cursing those close to him. What Momoshiki saw is probably the death of Sasuke, and the scene unfolding, and maybe Naruto being sent away too. And the relationship between the future scene from chapter 75 in this prophecy is that the future scene probably comes afterwards when Boruto falls into despair and Momoshiki takes over. But we'll leave it at that for now. I want to hear what you guys think though. Do you agree with me that Momoshiki meant Boruto's regular blue eyes? Which meaning of the blue eyes do you think the story is going for? What event do you think Momoshiki saw and is referring to as a true spectacle where he doesn't know why that event will come to pass? And where do you think the future scene in chapter 75 fits into the overall topic? Let me know in the comments section below, but that's a wrap on today's video, so thank you guys for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.